The new Rolex Air-King is here. On the outside, it's got some improvements, although that's arguable. On the inside, improvements, not so much. All right, the new Air-King, does it fly? Does it fail? Do I give it a thumbs up? Do I give it a thumbs down? That's what we're gonna talk about in this video. First of all, let's talk about what they didn't change. They didn't change the dial. They're still going with that gauge dial of the Bloodhound. They shouldn't do that. They should have gotten away from that for two reasons. Number one, that land speed record attempt failed. Number two, it's the Air-King. It's not the land speed king. It's for pilots. I don't understand the association. They blew their opportunity to forget that nonsense. But they committed to that dial style, and here we are. All right, so there are a few improvements. The 0 is added to the 5. That gives it a more balanced look. It's got lume. I think that's overall an improvement. I kind of like the 3D effect of the older Solid Gold 369, but hey, people love their lume, so thumbs up there. It's got a little cornet between the Swiss and Made. That indicates it's got the 32 movement. We'll get there. The case now has crown guards. That's a big change. Is that an improvement? Let me know what you think. For me, visually, I like the look of the older Air-King more. It was a more simple, streamlined, minimalist, clean look. But this is going to offer protection for the crown. Looking at the interior of the watch, here's where it gets dicey. It's got the 3230 movement. That's the no-date movement. You can find it in the no-date sub, the Oyster Perpetuals. And you know what it lost? Well, it lost the Faraday cage. The older Air-King had the 3131 movement, and that's the same movement as the Milgauss. And those two watches had superpowers. They both had the Faraday cage, highly anti-magnetic, and the new Air-King has lost the Faraday cage. Now, according to Rolex, the 32 movement doesn't need it. It's anti-magnetic enough. But this really calls into question what's going to happen with the forthcoming Milgauss. I mean, we were expecting a Milgauss this year. I think we can definitely expect it next year. Are they going to get rid of the Milgauss? Absolutely not. I mean, Rolex is into science and research and innovation. That's the watch for scientists. They're not going to get rid of it. It's going to come out with the 32 movement. But like the Air-King, are they going to get rid of the Faraday cage? That makes it lighter, but does it mean anything? I mean, does the Faraday cage really add anything? Here's the thing. If the new Milgauss has the 32 movement and the Faraday cage, it means the Faraday cage has meaning. It actually helps protect the watch, which means they crippled the Air-King. If it doesn't, I'm talking about the Milgauss, if it doesn't have the Faraday cage and the 32 movement is, I guess, good enough that even the Milgauss doesn't need it, is really going to alter the identity of that watch. I mean, all of a sudden the Milgauss really is only different visually to any other watch with a 32 movement. So one question is the Faraday cage obsolete with the 32 movements? And I think we're going to get our answer when we get the Milgauss next year. Now, they might just include it because people would go crazy, but maybe it is unneeded. But I can't help but think that they crippled the new Air-King. There's nothing internally that differentiates it from the no-date sub, the Explorer, the Oyster Perpetuals, and that's a missed opportunity. Everything that's different about this watch is now just on the outside of the watch, on the exterior of the watch, and they really should have given it a unique and special movement that would have taken it to the next level. It's a pilot's watch. Imagine you're a pilot flying from the East Coast to the West Coast. Well, if you have this new Air-King, you're going to have to hack the second hand to reset the time zone. The Explorer 2 and the GMT Master 2, if you pull the crown out to the second position, you can just jump that hour hand and you don't have to stop the time to change time zones. They should have incorporated that into the current Air-King, but they didn't. To me, it doesn't seem like a real pilot's watch. It seems like a watch for enthusiasts and rich guys who are taking flying lessons on the weekend and need a watch to wear to their lesson. Unfortunately, I'm unimpressed by the new Air-King. When I look at it, I acknowledge the improvements that I see, but what I really see when I look at it is a series of missed opportunities. They could have at least given us a different color, a white version, and internally they really could have done better than giving us the same movement that a no-date sub has. All right, let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.